Hello and welcome to the first video of the channel. The time right now is Eastern Time, January 8th, 2022, and it is 12:30 in the afternoon. So this channel will be focusing analysis of the stock market and Bitcoin. So this video obviously is going to focus on Bitcoin, and I'm going to give my personal opinions on what happened to Bitcoin in 2021 and what I think Bitcoin will be going in 2022. As you can see, this is my 4 hours chart, and I like to use 4 hour chart to look at crypto since they are 24 hours a day. So if you're looking at day chart, it's kind of like looking at the weekly chart for stocks. And so 4 hours, I think is more suitable as if you're looking at a day chart in a stock. As you can see, I have drawn some price channel, both uptrend and downtrend, but let's ignore those for now and let's talk about what happened. So towards the end of 2021, around in November, you see a sudden drop here. And this drop was mainly caused by the liquidation of the leverage of Bitcoin. So if you're not familiar with it, the leverage is just that people are buying leverage to get maximum gain when they're going up. But if it start going down but if they start going down and to a point that their leverage or their margin power has used up and they have to be forced liquidate or forced close their position to return the cash to the broker. So that is what happened to the liquidation. So after the liquidation, towards the end of the year, there is another sell-off power, and that is mainly from Asia, from China, because China is banning crypto exchange, and they are requesting the companies to shut down the exchange by the end of last year. So if you just search for China closing crypto exchange by December 31st, 2021, you can see a lot of news, and the news actually stated starting from September, but there weren't a lot of selling pressure back then. And if you think about it, if someone tell you that your deadline is December 31st, some people might want to hang on to the Bitcoin until like the very last minute to sell in hopes that it'll go up. So you can see the selling pressure starting to come in December. And when it does a little bit rebound, then some people will think, okay, like they're not losing as much. Maybe they're losing, maybe they're gaining. We don't know. But when it's going up, they might be tempted to sell. So the selling pressure is there again. So it's keep pushing Bitcoin down. And if you can see the chart comparison, this chart I find on a few traders, people have been trading about it. So in December, you can see in Asia, mainly people are selling, and the people from US and Europe, I'm from North America, so we're pretty much the ones who are buying the dip. Now I got to say that I have underestimated the selling power from Asia. Because for me personally, I was very optimistic and I treated this as a golden dip, so I went pretty heavy in here, which is a mistake right now. And I've been adding since it drops. So you see currently Bitcoin is trading about 41,000 at the time of this video. And this chart is a linear chart, which I look at it for kind of a short term. And for long term, I usually use a log chart. So it gives me more sense of the long term, where the Bitcoin is heading. So as you can see right now, Bitcoin is at 41,000 and I have a support line here at about 38, 39,000. And it's the same support line that supported the 29K back in July 2021. So since we're kind of in between the two support line, I won't be surprised to see Bitcoin to have a sudden dipping to 38, 39K area to test of the support before going to a bull run. Or, well, I don't like to use the past history, but if you can see here, it kind of sort of almost touch it and then had a round reject by resistance and then have another support again. So if it were to repeat itself, then it would touch 38, 39K, bounce back to around 48K, and then come back down to 40K before a bull run up. And also you might be wondering, there's another support line down here. And this support line was the support line supported the Bitcoin back in 2020, in July, in September. The chances of hitting this line, I won't say it's impossible, but it could be due to the macro environment. As well, I've been monitoring Bitcoin and the stock market for a while. A year before, Bitcoin kind of has its own thing, but as more institutions, as more traders are going into Bitcoin right now is can be affected by the macro environment. It's a macro asset. So if there's any bad news, I won't be surprised that Bitcoin might break the support and retest these lower support line. And at the same time, if Bitcoin is going like this, and then let's say the support as a whole and break, touching this line would be another test of bottom of the 27K. So I won't be surprised to see it like that, but it also depends if the macro environment is like crap at that moment. Another indicator that I like to look at is the fear and greed index. So pretty much when people are in fear, you should be buying, and when people are greedy, you should be selling. And you can see over the year in April is when Bitcoin reached all-time high, and then people are getting greedy, and then there's a correction in July, the 28K correction. You can see people are in fear in 10s and 20, and then same thing here. We're in fear for quite a while now, and then we just reached a new low, and you can see currently we're at 10, and it happened yesterday right after Bitcoin have the sudden drop in here. So yeah, usually this is a good sign for buying opportunities, and the fear level might last for 2 months in here, and we're up a little bit over a month currently. So as I mentioned, won't be surprised to see that 38K. As I mentioned, this job was like due to the leverage being clear out. I was looking at the leverage ratio right now, and this is so this just came out yesterday, so I was reading it, and you can see the purple line is the leverage. So the leverage got clear, BTC job, and right now people are getting a lot of leverage again. So the leverage level is at all-time high right now. So it is kind of another kind of time bomb that I'm thinking. So if there's any bad news near the support and causing BTC to drop, if we see another liquidation or another clear out of the leverage, then we might see the 27K being tested again. And then another thing that people usually look at is the illiquid supply of the Bitcoin. So for long-term holders, if they want to store the Bitcoin, they usually will take it out of exchange into their cold wallet. So that's usually a sign for long-term holders to be bullish on the Bitcoin. But at the same time, remember I talked about China. So in China, from what I understand, you are not allowed to exchange Bitcoin within China, but you are allowed to have Bitcoin. So people from China could have or might have pull out their Bitcoin from exchange to a cold wallet which they can store. And if they want to sell it, they will have to travel outside China to US, let's say for example, and then open up an account and put their Bitcoin into the exchange and then sell the Bitcoin. But currently, like everywhere is in lockdown, there's quarantine, so it's not that easy to do right now. So if there are a bunch of liquid supply being held by in China, we might not see those putting back in exchange in a short period of time. And also because of the illiquid supply is pretty high, it makes Bitcoin very volatile at the moment. So once Bitcoin decides to pick up, it will just shoot up like crazy. And then again, it's a double-edged sword. So if it goes down, it goes down like crazy also. So what I think Bitcoin might be doing in 2022 is that I think it's likely for it to consolidate or to have a little drop and to touch this support line somewhere along today, maybe to end of January. And then if everything goes well, if there's no like bad news on the macro environment, then it'll go straight up. It might get a little rejected by the first resistance and then keep going up, but ultimately I see it hitting maybe 90 to 100K before some significant correction. So touching this support line, I think is a high possibility. And at the same time, the moment when it touches the support line, if there are some bad news on Bitcoin or some government regulation that affects it, if it goes down and all this leverage that you see here gets clear again, then I won't be surprised to see it dropping to a 27K area. So this is all I wanted to share today. If you like the video, you can like, comment, and subscribe. And I will try to make more updates on this, but maybe in a few weeks and see how Bitcoin plays out first. So I will see you guys next time.